In QuickBooks, I want to track retail, wholesale, and institutional activity, and I want to track e-commerce, farmers markets, university, and daycare channels. There are multiple customers for each of these channels. What features of QuickBooks should I use to track these? Okay, this is great. Hey, Richie, welcome to the call. Richie is a fellow accountant in who focuses on serving the construction industry. So glad you're here. The answer to this question is threefold, because you're actually asking three things. And getting clear on what you're asking has so much power in and of itself. So first, we're saying tracking retail, wholesale, and institutional activity. We could be talking about segmenting the business. Second, I see e-commerce, farmers markets, universities, and daycare channels. We could be talking about channels or types of customers. And I see here separately from this, there are multiple customers for each of these channels. So these are customer names. And in QuickBooks lingo, we're talking about classes, customer types, and customers. The good news is you don't have to have a complex and convoluted structure of subclasses, classes and subclasses, or customers and jobs, or customers and sub-customers if you're using QuickBooks Online. Those things can be very useful, but a multi-dimensional approach can be even more powerful because you're not limited to having certain channels inside certain industry segments that you serve. What if a channel of revenue is actually part of multiple segments of your business? If that channel is inside QuickBooks as a subclass, then you can get into a lot of complexity. And you have to have two names for the two different channels, and then you'll never really be able to track, well, what came in from that channel as a whole. So by dimension, I mean a data entry field that's somewhere in QuickBooks. And QuickBooks Desktop has not only classes and customers, but also has customer types, which as of right now, QuickBooks Online doesn't have. So that's what I would recommend, is using classes for your industry segments so you can run profit and loss to get income, expenses, and profit just from any segment that you want. For example, retail, wholesale, and institutional activity. Just make sure that every transaction is tagged with a class. And you can have a class that's called overhead that really pertains to the entire organization as a whole. But if you're going to use a data entry field, use it for 100% of transactions. If you leave the field blank because you feel like it doesn't apply, you'll never know if it was an oversight or if it was really part of overhead, or if it was really part of overhead. So if you're going to use a field, use it for 100% of transactions. And if you're using QuickBooks Desktop, then the customer type field is available to you, which is a great one for tracking channels, referral sources, marketing campaigns, because each channel is assigned to a customer, but you can have multiple customers in a given channel. And you can run a custom summary report to get a financial statement or other type of financial report based on just that customer type. For example, I've set up a number of QuickBooks files for fellow CPAs, for example, showing them gross revenues by referral source. Also good for other service industries, right? You can also set up gross revenues or profits, for that matter, based on how they found you, your marketing campaign. I know that there may not be a one-to-one relationship in the marketing campaigns. It sometimes can take multiple campaigns before someone engages. But that's an example of who responded to what ad. You can use the customer type field to track that and find out what ad worked. And are they working to attract not only the customers with the highest revenue, but the customers with the highest profit? I know that there are people on this call who are gonna woohoo on that one. It's not just the revenues that you want to know, it's the profit. If you're in an organization that for which tracking profits on customers or channels makes a lot of sense.